Today I am giving you an insight into the AverMedia Game Capture HD. Or what it is, it's basically a Game Capture HD device that allows you to record your gameplay footage into a usable format, so you can turn it into a montage, you can upload it to YouTube, or merely relive your past epic gameplay moments, all without the use of a PC. Now before we get into the nitty gritty, here is a short summary. Okay, the AverMedia Game Capture HD is a neat little unit that plugs directly into both your TV and your games console. It creates a bypass for audio and video, so whatever the console puts out will be recorded straight onto the device's memory. So whether you've got a Nintendo Wii, an Xbox 360, or like me, a Sony PlayStation 3, you can capture screenshots and footage in full high definition. The box itself comes with all the correct inputs and outputs and cables that can connect to certain flat screen televisions, while still retaining good clarity and picture that gaming has become known for over the past few years. And here it is. It's a neat little black box, as you can see. On the front we've got two buttons. We have the power switch and a record button, and also a USB port for your flash drive. On the back we have the correct ports to plug straight from your console directly into your TV, and you also have your DC power in, so of course you can power it. And on the bottom, if you take off this lid, we have space for internal memory. So if you've got an internal hard drive, you can slip it right in there and use that as main memory space for the device. Now in the box, when I opened it up, I was greeted with this spaghetti junction of wonderful looking scary cables, but fear not, because they are all as important as one another. Cable wise, you get a lot of cables, including this nice one. Now this one has the 3 input devices for each one of the consoles mentioned. So this one is a PlayStation 3 attachment, this middle one is the Wii, and this huge one is your Xbox 360. And then it goes all the way around here, and these 5 on the end plug into the device itself. This one is audio cable for the device into the TV, so you can actually hear what you're playing. This one is video cable. You've got one end for the TV and one end for the device. And also be aware, because some TVs, especially modern day flat screens, don't have the right red, blue, green attachments, you may need to get one of these, which kind of accumulates all the red, blue and green into one. It still works perfectly fine, but just be aware. And this is the power adapter. Now, it hasn't got any prongs, so how does it work? Well, luckily the AverMedia Game Capture HD actually is supported in both US regions and UK, and you get a adapter. It just basically slides on, there we go, and you can receive power. Now out of the box you get a rainforest worth of paperwork that will make any accountant sweat. Fear not, because they are all indeed useful for setting up. What you get is varying degrees of difficulty in your setup. So this one is a bit more advanced than this one. This is troubleshooting, in case you have any problems. This one is the main manual. It gives you more in-depth instructions than any of them actually. The quick guide is basically quick setup, but this is the main bulk of your manual. It's quite useful to have actually. Arguably more useful than that one. And it gives you information on how to set up your console, so it will run perfectly with the AverMedia, which isn't bad. And last but not least is this. This is the remote. This allows you to record on the fly and also access all your menus. It's pretty small, so you can keep it on your person, so if you think an epic moment's going to happen, you can quickly press the record button or the snapshot button and it'll do it straight away. Runs on 2 AAA batteries. It allows you to access all the menus as well when you're not recording footage, obviously. Quite a neat little thing to have that. And setup is fairly straightforward, even though it can be a bit complicated to follow on first glance. But once it's all done and you know how to do that, then the instructions, you've got them there as backup. When you do set up for the first time, it allows you to set up a partition for your internal or external memory cards. You've got two modes of recording. You've got a real-time recording mode and a standard recording mode. Real-time mode has a little tiny bit of latency, so a little bit of delay or lag in your gameplay. What it basically does, it plays that footage as you see it, so that explains the delay. Standard mode, it just records straight and you can see the footage straight through on your TV, no problems at all. That's enough chit chat, let's get into some gameplay and see what it can really do. Bit cliche, I know, but playing through one of the biggest blockbusters of last year was kind of a no-brainer.
Listen, this is the shot. I'm gonna do all the heavy lifting on this job.
This was to show how well it reacted to an open world style game with a lot of action that's happening everywhere and around.
I'm gonna walk away from this thing clean. Got it?
I got you. Alright, and we do this.
There's really no other choice for it, but Grand Theft Auto 5 had to be the definitive of open world action games. I wanted to try and recreate what we saw in a demo released by Rockstar earlier in 2013. It's recreated quite well from the AverMedia, as we can see. You can see all the traffic, all the distant hills, and all the buildings, of course. The cutscenes do look good as well, especially quite cinematic. It handles the dialogue quite well.
36 flow.
And of course the first person action shooting of the sniper rifle from the building opposite by Franklin, of course. And then we go into some shooting.
What the fuck?
And even as we slow down, you do get a good sound from the gunshots.
Where the fuck? Why the fuck?
And of course the ensuing explosion.
Take us back to the
Boom indeed. And even things like simple gameplay are being captured quite well. As we see here, Michael tearing through the streets. Driving is slick. The visuals are also rather good.
Alright, take it easy.
Engine sounds are quite throaty. Smashes.
What is this?
Tyre squeals are good and thick. And of course, your good old-fashioned cinematic car crash off the top of a parking lot. And also through this playthrough, I did find a bit of time for tennis. That's enough for tennis.
Somebody stop that guy!
It does capture the essence of a bustling city really well. So no matter if you're stealing cars with Trevor, sun lounging with Michael, or indeed getting your hair cut with Franklin, Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually captured really well on the AverMedia. So here is a montage of things the AverMedia Game Capture device can do whilst we play Dead Rising 2. That rhymes. Punching zombies, kicking zombies, batting zombies, axing zombies, bludgeoning zombies, slicing zombies in half, running over zombies with a motocross bike, crashing a motocross bike, sweeping up, trying on sweet outfits, trying on sweet hats, drinking hard liquor, drinking soft drinks, throwing coffee, throwing cake, throwing crisps, throwing benches, throwing sandwich boards, throwing tea trays, throwing swords, throwing amplifiers, throwing guitars, throwing drums, throwing unsold Justin Bieber albums, throwing up, throwing coat hangers, throwing bins, playing mini-games, crowd control, using travelators, dealing with unruly customers, frying pan slapstick violence. Wonderful, don't you think so? So what about the first-person shooter? For my final clip choice selection, I wanted to play through a first-person shooter, something that had good on-screen action as well as a rich soundscape, so nice thick music overlay, gunshots, and of course explosions and dialogue.
Endure their tyranny. We will strike without warning and without mercy, fighting as one hand, one heart, one soul. We will shatter their dreams and haunt their nightmares, drenching our ancestors' graves with their blood.
I thought long and hard, and I couldn't really think of anything better than the PlayStation 3 exclusive sci-fi shooter that is, of course, Killzone 2. This section is actually taken from a longer 5-minute recording, whereas Grand Theft Auto and Dead Rising have both been short burst recordings. This was a test on how well it recorded a longer piece. It may have only been 5 minutes, but I'm pretty sure that if you really wanted to record in something like half an hour bursts, it will do the job perfectly fine, as long as you've got the memory for it to record onto. Gunshots are nice and thick, even the blood splatter. So yeah, the lighting effects are actually still quite good. Dialogue is also quite sharp, and so is the text on the subtitles and the loading screens. You'll have no problem if you're watching this back on a computer screen or even a small device such as a tablet or even a mobile phone. I know it may not seem it, but the actual palette itself isn't all that bad. It looks a bit dull, but I think that's more of the game rather than the device. As we saw in Dead Rising and Grand Theft Auto, the colour palette is a lot more broader than what it is actually in this. The AverMedia Game Capture HD actually does Killzone 2 some justice. It's quite bold and vibrant, sound is remarkably captured, and the action is always second-rate to none. Shooting! All that footage was recorded on this little black box that wouldn't look out of place in your media centre. Of course, it was only just PlayStation 3 footage, so because I've got a PlayStation 3, not a Wii or an Xbox. But if there is time in the future, and money, then we could try and purchase either or, and we could record that in much the same way. But the PlayStation 3 seems to handle it quite well, and providing you've got a component cable, I'm pretty sure you could record any other consoles. For example, I know you can buy a PlayStation 2 component cord that will plug directly from the red, blue, green outputs of the device and into the PlayStation 2. So keep your eyes peeled on that. I might see if I can get my PlayStation 2 bought back sometime. And that's it really. Be sure to check back on the Reviewinators to watch all our past videos, 2 past videos, and look out for us in the future, because now we've got this. We can record gameplay footage and do reviews on games, which is something that me and I know Kat would like to do. And that's it from me. Hit me up on Twitter, look, Power of Editing is here, or hit us, the Reviewinators, up on Twitter, there you go, or on YouTube, which you are doing, or anywhere else. Give us suggestions, we're open to ideas all the time, and I will see you really, really soon. Bye. There, today don't know what I'm doing. It's the nifty. I've done this, but I don't need to do this bit again. That's as basic as it gets. Hopefully sooner than the last video, which was in July. We should do more videos. And now we can, because we got the AverMedia Game Capture device. And we can do gameplay footage, which will be good. And other things. Yeah. Bye.